kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds, and when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Midday Racing League. My name is James Riles, and we got a really fun one here going on at Bristol Motor Speedway today. Start of the playoffs, I am told here, so it should be a really fun race to try and get some points here in this Midday Racing League Truck Series. It is going to be a blast. I do ask you to stick around and have a good time. Crack open a soda pop or so as we're here at 12 noon Eastern to get these things settled out. A little bit of history on the Midday Racing League, formerly known as the Night Shift Racing League. They are here to say, hey, you know what? Now we're midday. You don't have to be night shift, but if you're available during the day, come on down. So, very short seasons here in the Truck Series, but it is going to be a blast as we start the chase. No playoffs, but it is a chase situation here. Chris Otto starting out in the first position as far as playoffs are concerned with 1,004 points. Then Mike Hamlin's got 2 points. Rodden's got 2 points. Evan Ethel there with 102. Dave Hunt with 1. And Christian Bruce. So basically that's on wins. Chris Otto, the story, the tale of the tape, right now not able to make it in right to yet. Got 2 wins on the season, but followed up is Mike Hamlin, Dustin Rodden, and you know they're going to be here shortly to get this thing kind of figured out here in the Truck Series. So 36 seconds left in the practice. Garrett Kinder holding us up there for right now with a very quick 15.21, maxing his long speed. The best of the night, 14.70. Let's take a look just where everyone's at with their best times up there in the ticker. Okay, leading us out with a 15.187. Go ahead and kind of go over a little bit of our race info while I've got you here. As qualifying set to begin. iRacing League here at the 0.952 mile of Bristol Motor Speedway. A little short track action, 84 degrees down there at the track. The weather 77 degrees, 56% humidity, partly cloudy, and 7 miles per hour. Here we are, folks. Bristol Motor Speedway going to be starting the qualifying right now. As we'll take a look at our results from practice, where everybody stands, see if it's going to transfer over. As you see all those gorgeous low 14s or high 14s, mid 15s here in the Truck Series. As you take a look around there, as we're going to watch Garrett Kinder take his qualifying run. 5-minute qualifying. Now, if you are watching, be sure to let me know in the chat where you're watching from or who you are trying to see some more of. That's what I like to do. I like to tell you guys, hey, come on in. Tell us what you're doing here, who you want to see some more of. We will get them a little bit more doing as we go through. Garrett Kinder going to take the pole. Currently with a 14.77. Second lap fastest. Keep an eye on that. And who we got starting. Greg Davidson's going to be starting in that Oklahoma Sooners Chevrolet. Take a look at what he's seeing, kind of how fast Bristol is and why it is so fast. This banking just so tight, it catches you, lets you fly around this racetrack, especially in these trucks. Not as much power as the Xfinity or the NASCAR, so you can definitely get to that top speed and stay there. Oh, Greg Davidson gets into the wall, second lap around. That lap will not count. But good enough for third right now. Mike Hamlin looking to finish up his qualifying laps. As the Midday Racing League set to begin here. We got about 2 minutes left in qualifying. Almost everybody trying to work on getting their stuff done. Well, while we do that, we're going to go ahead and run to our ad here. Make sure that you like, share, all that good stuff. We will be right back. All right, back here with about 18 seconds to go. Let's go ahead and talk to what will be our pole finisher. Sure, I got everything set up correctly here. Of course, it's looking like it's going to be Garrett Kinder. Oh, wait, don't want to interrupt the driver's there. All right, well, let's go ahead and bring him up. Your pole sitter, Garrett Kinder. Garrett, how are you feeling here at Bristol today?
Man, feeling somewhat confident. Been a long time since I run these trucks here, so it'll be pretty interesting to see how everything works out, I guess.
Absolutely. Well, we saw you in practice. You're running some pretty quick times. What seems to be the key here in these truck series trucks here at the high banks of Bristol?
Stay out of the wall, stay out of trouble, and don't get loose. That's going to be the name of the game, I think, tonight. Man, used to tear the wall down and absolutely just rip around this place. Here the past couple of updates, seems like low line has really come into play. So going to kind of play around a little bit, trying to search and find some stuff here and there. But I think a lot of people are going to run the low line tonight.
Absolutely. And with such I guess, a relatively short race here at Bristol, is strategy going to try and play into effect, or do you think we're not going to have to worry about that today?
Man, I don't know. I've been a part of leagues that yellows occur a lot on short tracks. I've been a part of leagues where it goes green the whole way. So, me being pretty new to this league, I don't really know what to expect. Hopefully, it goes green and we can get some good racing in.
Absolutely. Well, Garrett, appreciate you. We'll send you back down to pre-race real quick, though. Anyone you want to shout out before we get started here?
Man, just thank everybody back home, Kinder Farm and Ranch on the Hood.
Absolutely. Appreciate you, Garrett. All right, heard from our pole sitter. Let's go ahead and go over where everybody is going to end up here. Of course, Garrett Kinder going to be on the pole position. Randy Yoakum going to be on the outside. Greg Davidson there in third position, that OU Sooners machine, that 92 Cobalt and Lowe's of Kyle Westwood there as well. Mike Hamlin going to be starting outside row 3 inside of John Higman. Rick Helms is going to be inside of Joey Katina for row number 4. Then we have Don Day and Raleigh Highfield, row number 5. Dave Hunt and even Ethel going to be there sitting in row number 6 with Jerry Livingston and Adam Bowden, row 7. Ed Burrell going to be rounding out the back of the field there on that inside line. Having a little bit of an advantage. See how much he can get on the restart. That inside line going to be so very important as we get started, to get ready to get started here at the Midday Racing League. Again, I am James Rowles here in Sim Racing Media. Garrett Kinder going to have the button. Randy Yoakum going to be playing catch-up in that number 8 Chevrolet. We are not green. SDK showing that we are. We are not green, folks. But the lights are out on that pace car, and we are going to be coming to green next time around. Full cars to highlight, of course. Chris Otto not here. Mike Hamlin not here. Justin Rod not here. Evan Ethel going to be with the advantage, but green flag is out. Outside row does not go. Bad restart from the outside of Randy Yoakum. That is going to hurt the field. Already starting to see some stuff, guys. Randy Yoakum having some issues on the restart. Craig Davidson taking advantage. Garrett Kinder off to the races. Next battle is for fourth. Going to be third. Randy Yoakum and Kyle Westwood. Going to try and get that sorted out. Looked like Randy got that figured out. Back behind him, Rick Helms in the 75. Going to race against John Hickman Jr. in the 60 machine. Here at Bristol Motor Speedway, so important to get that advantage. And there goes the 8, Randy Yoakum, having to come down pit road, serve a penalty for the restart. Gonna kill his momentum here on the drive-through. Gonna go down possibly multiple laps. as he's got to go down both pit roads here. Heartbreak for the 8 as we are off and running. No caution. Everybody driving respectfully. So far, so good, guys and gals. Take a look at Rick Helms' machine on board. This is how this racing is supposed to be done. Figured it out. Now it's time to play the game. Now it's time to wait. Make sure that you're confident. Do your onesies and twosies. Pick some folks off. Ron Hollyfield looking to get to the back of Dave Hunt. Not going to do it there. As up front, Kyle Westwood has caught Craig Davidson for second. Or, I'm sorry, Mike Camlin, I suppose. At 92. Going to try and hold off the fast charging Mike Camlin. It's Randy Yoakum going to come out 5 laps out from that issue earlier. Going to come out and try and power on and get through it. It's possible to get back from that, especially here at Bristol. Did take tires. He took tires. I guess he could have gotten a pass through there. Elected to take tires. So playoff implications are alive here. Don Day just barely made it in, so let's focus on the number 4 car for a moment. Don Day in that 4 machine was outside the box by 1 position after week number 7. Got his way in with a fantastic finish last week. Is able to come in here now with 2 of the top contenders for the championship gone. Don Day has an opportunity that has presented itself to keep getting the points as the points reset in the chase, to keep trying to get those points and keep getting some advantage with that. The 15 folks, the worst he could do is 15th, and that is a ton of points. Looking around here still, Garrett Kinder still gone. Take a look at the blimp. How far back Craig Davidson is, about half a back stretch. Have a pass for 8th. Dave Hunt side by side with the number 1 of Ron Hollyfield testing out that top line. Looks like Ron is making some moves. He's going to go 2 for 1, try and get to the inside of Rick Helms. They touch for a moment, testing out those waters of being able to dive in. Now going to try and work around the top side. Here at Bristol, that top side so important to try and get worked into. Farther back, Ed Burl and Dave Hunt fighting. As up front, Mike Hamlin and Joey Gattina. So side by side are a lot of folks. There, oh, bumping. The 21 and the 53 get together. 53 into the wall. 21 back up into the 53. 53 is going to go around. Avoids contact. Avoids contact with the wall. Somehow, and we knew that was going to happen. Folks were starting to make advances all around, and there you go, boom. Right in that left quarter panel. Big heads up driving by the 38. And so let's take one more look at that. What he saw. And just huge heads up driving by the drivers here. Make something happen. But it looks like everybody's going to come down pit road except Craig Davidson and probably Randy Yoakum. I imagine Randy's going to try and stay out as much as he can, get some of these laps back. But surprisingly, Craig Davidson just elects to stay out. Only 22 laps have passed, so not too much damage to be done. Well, there you have it. And that all started, let's take a look where this issue began. A little bit faster. They'd been battling for about a lap and a half. Let's take a look at this battle. 21 and 53 of Dave Hunt. Of course, there's a battle going on in front of him. And there it is. The 21 tries to get back up and just clips the 53. Claimed it. Said, hey, sorry, it wasn't intentional, but it was something to keep an eye on. Here we see just, oh yeah, all the way turned to the left. Nothing he could do as we break the fifth wall here. And when he's looking here, he can't really see what's on his outside, especially going in there. He's all the way cranked to the left. There's not much to do about that. He's not looking around, searching for him to take out. That was just an unfortunate situation. But Greg Davidson going to be having the button on the restart. Eric Kinder there in second as we got a couple more laps to pace around. While we're here, make sure you like the post. And hey, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. It's free. Hit that little button, help us out. Or don't, you know, this is America. But one thing I do want you to do today, unvote if you haven't yet. A lot of important decisions to be made. Make sure you go out there, make your voice heard. But make sure you get that like and subscribe out of the way as well. That helps us out with the metrics, and it helps out the drivers of the racers such as the Midday Racing League and the myriad of shows that we have coming up today on Sim Racing Media. Starting with All-American Racing League at 8 p.m. Eastern, followed by MENRL, Monster Energy NASCAR Racing League, Rick Motec Cup Series, Western States Racing League at 10:15, and then Gunners 4SR later on in the evening. So 6 races today for us here. As here we go, Craig Davidson going to have the button on his restart whenever he wants it. As the restart looks pretty clean all the way back. Now everybody going to try and shuffle down to that top line. Looks like everybody took right sides except for Evan. Took right sides only. Everybody else took rights and lefts. But look at Craig Davidson to fall back as those good years, not what he wanted. Don't know if he expected everybody else to come down pit road or if he's expecting more of a drawn out race. But so far so good for everybody else that just elected to take tires, I should say. We're watching Craig Davidson fall back. Derek Kinder has taken his position back as the leader. Mike Hammond, a little battle for third here. The 60 trying to work by the number 9. Now he's got the inside preferred groove on the 92. See if he can get a run out of 1 and 2, going into 3 and 4. Still there, still using up his tires as they pass the checkered flag. Cannot get up there because the 1's covering the mid lane, and it seems like that's the groove that folks are preferring to drive. That mid lane group. You know, we're not super high up on the wall. We're not into the marbles, but we are in that top lane. The only one ripping the bottom is the 60 of John Higman and our leader, Eric Kinder. But Mike Hamlin's closing on this leader by running that mid to high groove. Fresh tires, he's able to get a little bit of a run on the 31, but luckily the 31 can come up and stop it. Kyle Westwood, same problem, cannot get past the 92. It's kind of even Stevens here, but the 60 is using up a lot more of his tire. Garrett Kinder running the preferred line because he's the leader. He can do whatever he wants. Preferring that low lane, half a lane up from that apron. Is there we go. Look at Higman able to get in there, but nope, doesn't want it. He wants to keep running that low line. That's where he's most comfortable. And here we go. Mike Hamlin's caught your leader, working on the outside, going to pinch him down deeper than he wants to be. Makes the pass look easy. Mike Hamlin, whatever adjustment he made in that car coming down pit road, needs to give the crew chief a handshake because he was able to fly by the 31 on the top like he wasn't even moving as John Hickman loses another spot. Check in on Craig Davidson. He was our driver who elected not to come down pit road. He's currently sitting 7th. Or 8th, I should say. Down 5 positions from his starting point. As Ron Hollyfield now on the march. Looking at our last lap times, Ron was the fastest in the field. That one machine kind of coming into his own, as consistent as he can to try and that bottom line out. As what we want to see here is just the disparity between these two. As we're racing under the lights, tire wear going to be a little bit more forgiving with the lower temperatures as we take a look. Track temperature sitting at 81 degrees. That's very mild for Bristol. Those tires not going to hurt as much as you would think, but still going to be very important. So let's take a look mid-pack here. Rick Helms, Craig Davidson, Dave Hunt, and Ed Burrell into it. 21 of Ed Burrell and the number 2 of Joey Katina, trying to figure some things out. They've got that sorted. Now the number 8 is Randy Yoakum, the lap car. He's just trying to race with his folks. Trying to race and get back up there. He's a couple laps back. A little squirrely there. But you got to race. The number 8, if you're Randy Yoakum, you got to race. Do the best you can to put yourself in a position to get back in this thing. Battle for second is heating up. Ron Hollyfield got the best seat in the house. See the 31 of Garrett Kinder and Kyle Westwood battle it out. As the 92 gets into the wall a little bit of wear and tear on that outside right as the 31 trying to keep that bottom line. You see the in-car from Hollyfield. And this is why Bristol is so dangerous. Here at Bristol, what you've got to do, you've got to get in a rhythm. These 15-second lap times definitely put you in a position where you have to breathe, you have to find your consistency. And here comes Adam Bowden. He's going to come down pit road, possibly because of an issue. But you got to find your consistency while also electing to kind of take over for other folks and push the initiative. Run your groove, do what you got to do. But if you're in the chat, how do you handle Bristol Motor Speedway? Now Ron's looking at John Hickman in the rearview mirror. He wants a little bit of this. Mike Hamlin has a second gap. Kyle Westwood back there. Garrett Kinder, Ron Hollyfield, and John Hickman Jr. Back farther in playoff implications, Don Day and Ed Burrell. And then side by side, Joey Katina and Dave Hunt. We're going to have to figure out what they're doing here. Mike Hamlin keeps getting out in the front in this first place position. And then ends up having to drop. He just keeps getting caught. Kyle Westwood's not letting him go. Garrett Kinder not letting those two go. I mean, you can throw a blanket. Between 5th and 1st is just 1 second here as we take a look course, Mike Hamlin there. Everybody else lined up. Second place can be Kyle Westwood right now. Garrett Kinder in third. Ron Hollyfield trying to hold off John Higman for fourth. Jerry Livingston in sixth position. He's about a second back. Oh, it's Kyle Westwood. Got Garrett Kinder on the inside. Garrett running that top line predominantly, going to come down to the third line. Garrett started in the pole position. Have to see what happened with him because Mike Hamlin took this thing away. Now we got a lap car. That's Adam Bowden on the backside. Bad news if you're Randy Yoke trying to get your laps back. Now going to have to keep relying on those wave rounds to put yourself back into a position. As Rick Helms also going lap down. Lap cars doing what they're supposed to, giving up the preferred line. Oh, as Kyle Westwood gets a little bit squirrely coming out of 2. That's going to give Garrett Kinder the advantage. Coming out of 4, rather. Just overall here at Bristol, why it's so important. Oh, as this battle just heats up just as I go to the static camera. 31, Garrett Kinder trying to get to the bottom of Mike Hamlin for the lead here at the halfway point. We're going to keep an eye on this and we're going to turn it up. All right. Do apologize for that. We are back here. We are under caution. Finally, Ron Hollyfield having an issue. Let's take a look. Oh, found the ice with the one machine. Garrett Kinder was leading us around then. As we're on lap 110 at 140, blinking you'll miss the rest of the race. Again, do apologize for that little stint. Had to go out and pick up my Camaro there. So Garrett Kinder going to be leading us around. Don Hickman Jr. up in second, Joey Katina. While we were watching, Garrett had lapped up to the almost to the entire field. Some important tidbits while I had stepped away. That's some folks had came down pit road. Take a look how this was an important 92 getting by the one. So as it goes, here we are. They're going to be lined up side by side, lap 112 of 140. Only 28 laps left in this race. Garrett Kinder leading John Hickman, Joey Katina, and Mike Hamlin, the only ones battling for position right now. Everybody else is at least a lap down. So here we go. Green flag is out. Garrett Kinder going to take him around, followed by Hickman. Joey Katina with a little bit of bump on there. I'm sorry, that was a lap car. That was the 9 car. Greg Davidson, who's a lap down. There are only 2 right now that are in the lead lap. John Hickman, Garrett Kinder. Possibly Kinder. Maybe it's too late for that though. Joey Katina, a while back, he's not battling position. He's got about a second and a bunch of lap cars to himself and Mike Hamlin. As Kinder and Hickman battle it out, we'll go ahead and run through your top 5 from the blimp so you can see where they're all at. Mike Hamlin is in 4th. He's the last car lap, on the lead lap, I should say. Greg Davidson is a lap down. Currently in the lucky dog position. He's going to be battling that with Evan Evel. Jeremy Livingston, Al Westwood in 8th. Ed Burl there in 9th. And this Dante. Adam Bowden is in 11th. Dave Hunt, 3. Rick Thompson there, and Randy Yokin unable to come back from his earlier black flag. Coming down to an exciting finish. Hickman not going to let the 31 of Garrett out of his sights. Yellow flag is out though. Looks like Rick Helms into the wall. The 96 almost right there with him. Take a look. What happened with Jerry Livingston? Ooh, got into the back of the 75 and then both very hard contact. All right, let's see one more time. What was going on with Rick Helms? 75, there it is. Just gets turned. Just gets turned a little bit. It started a little bit sooner. As here they are, close, battling side by side. And then drifting up. Go live. Jeremy Livingston still on pit road trying to get that machine fixed. That was lucky for Craig Davidson, who was able to come and get his lucky dog. John Hickman Jr. there. So we are going to be waiting. Let's go ahead and talk about with 18 laps to go. They have signaled the one to go, so they're going to line up side by side. Short little sprint here at Bristol Motor Speedway, 15 seconds. The average lap time. Only 5 cars right now competing for that spot in the lead lap. And Craig Davidson, he's lucky dog. He's at the back of everything. Up front, Garrett Kinder, John Hickman, Joey Katina, and Mike Hamlin. Mike and Katina electing to come down pit road. Green flag is out. Good jump from Garrett Kinder. Hickman going to drop to that bottom line, but Katina hasn't, his name hasn't been in it this whole thing. Now gets a little squirrely on the fresh tires. Able to dig it down in there and save it. The Goodyear's coming in clutch. Mike Hamlin also has some new tires. He's going to try and make sure that he has a spot to get down so he can get by Hickman while Kinder is walking away. Got to get back. If you're going to get by John Hickman to try and get a touch at Kinder, you've got to do it now. Got to work that thing in to get by him, because it looks like Hickman's not able to keep pace. There goes the 28 of Mike Hamlin down low. He's got his eyes now set on the leader, Kinder, who has stepped out to a 0.6 second lead on now the second place finisher, Mike Hamlin. Further on, Garrett Kinder just put down his fastest lap of the race. The fastest lap of the race by any contender. That truck is worked in. Now Hamlin has an open field, able to get to and try and run down Mr. Kinder. Possibly, probably Kinder there, but If you are watching, again, do appreciate it. We're coming to the end of the Midday Racing League. 12 laps ago, live racing action. Mike Hamlin in the 28 machine just put down the fastest lap of the race, running a 10th faster than Garrett Kinder. Let's take a look at our lap times. See where they're at. Hamlin faster than Kinder. You're on lap 130, 10 laps left to go. So that's a better idea of where they are. The green down at the bottom shows who is faster, and it looks like Mike Hamlin faster by a 1/10 of a second pretty consistently. Here at Bristol Motor Speedway, that is so important. 0.07 seconds faster, every 10th faster, and then the wall scrub. That's going to hurt the 31 as the right rear gives way just enough for the 28 to be able to cut to the back bumper. Now we're racing for the lead with 7 laps left to go. Farther back, Katina and Higman have got their thing sorted out. Craig Davidson, the last car in the lead lap, is just cruising, followed by a ton of lap cars. But here's where it matters. Hamlin, Kinder consistently faster in the 12 lap fresher tires. Finding the line, trying to work around, going a little bit lower. Hopefully he did not burn his stuff up too soon with 5 laps left to go. On board with Hamlin. Gonna have to find a way to get by the big frig machine, that Ford 31 machine. Riding, 4 laps left to go. Down to 3. When is he gonna make his move? Situation, you don't want to give the bump and run a little too early. There he is, going for it. Caution is out. Don Day around. Garrett Kinder by the skin of his teeth. We're going to overtime. 3 green-white checkers. 3 overtime restarts available here at the Midday Racing League. Lucky dog is going to be this time Evan Ethel. He's going to get around, have an opportunity to get in this thing. He'll be starting at the back though. Not a position he wants to be in. John Higman electing to come down pit road. Craig Davidson is on the lead lap. He's going to come down pit road. Garrett Kinder not going to risk it. If you're in the top 5 here, I don't know why you wouldn't come down pit road, get some tires on the restart. You've only got a couple of people to beat. And that's exactly what John Higman did. He's going to be starting outside road number 2. Only 6 cars on the lead lap. You can kind of take that to the bank. That if he has the freshest, he has fresher tires on Kinder by about 20 laps. Let's take a look at our pit strategy here for the top 5. Take a look at where those laps were. Where's Kinder? Last lap 108. Hamlin lap 120. Katina lap 120. Higman 139. Just came down pit road. So that's something to think about here. As now Garrett Kinder has a decision to make. Did not elect to come down and get some fresh tires. electing to just kind of let things ride. I like it. I like the play by Kinder. He's been up front the whole time, most laps led out of every driver in this field. But the pressure is now there with 1 to go. Mike Hamlin going to pull up beside him. Mike Hamlin, who is consistently faster. John Hickman going to be up top. Fresh tires. So important, but he's got to get them guys warmed up here as you see him kind of doing those jump starts, trying to get those rear tires warmed up. We're going to see a little bit of a shake here, most likely coming out of turn, going into 3 and 4. Trying to get all the grip that he can, all the heat into those tires, get those friction points up. It's a short run. You don't care about the longevity of the tires. And the pit truck comes down. Garrett Kinder going to have the button. Green flag is out. Green flag is out. 25, the 2 of Joey Catino on the bottom. John Hickman tried to get around the 28, but he couldn't. Now he's got to get by him somehow with the bottom lane being blocked off by the 2. Garrett Kinder has the run, but he's on old tires. 1 lap left to hold off. John Hickman throws it to the bottom. See if he can get 2 for 1. No, nothing doing there. It's going to be Mike Hamlin coming into 3 and 4 to the bottom of the 31. Drag race to the finish. Can the 31 get the spot? Yes, he does. Garrett Kinder gets the win, holding off Hamlin and Hickman on old tires here at Bristol Motor Speedway. What a fantastic finish, ladies and gentlemen. Heck of a win by the 31. Absolutely deserves to take that Ford onto the Food City logo and just absolutely burn it down. Let's turn it up for him. There you have it, sprint to the finish. As Garrett continues to burn it down. How about that win?
How about it, man? Man, I don't know how the heck that happens. Lucky cautions. Good gosh.
Yeah, a couple, you know, you were probably kicking the first couple, but there at the end, what were you thinking when Mike Hamlin was finding you?
You know, I knew that eventually the bottom side does go away. I learned that over a long run. And we were both to the point, I think, where we were just going to run the high line and let whoever goes down there go down there and wish them the best of luck. So, man, big shout out to Mike. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed racing with him. Got into him a little bit early on. I think it was right before I went and made my early pit stop, unfortunately. But, man, he had a great save on that. Glad he was able to pull it out. And, man, it was just fun racing with him. Fun race with all these guys.
Absolutely. Well, I know the strategy there at the end, going into overtime, was it even a thought to come down and get some fresh tires, knowing the worst you drop back to is 5th?
Absolutely not. Having the restart zone in my favor, I controlled the restart. So far, the whole night, I've been able to get 2-3 car links, and as long as I can get wrap the bottom through 1 and 2 after that restart, and so as long as I get to the high side before Mike got up there and got on my quarter panel, I thought I'd be all right, and man, it worked out.
Definitely. Now, if we're running this off for charity, do you give yourself another lap? Do you think you can run it back with 1 or 2 more laps left in this thing?
Man, it'd be tight. He made that dive ball move into 3, and man, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit nervous, especially when I got that inside call. Kind of pinched down a little bit so I could get a straight run off, but we won't deal in hypotheticals. How about that?
Yeah, you know what? You'd have won. Doesn't matter. You got the trophy, Garrett. Coming especially so important here in the playoffs, or in the chase. I apologize, but tell us who you got on the truck and who does it in that big frig Ford.
Well, I got to thank Kinder Farm and Ranch and Ratchet Speed Shop. They've been with me since day one. I absolutely love having them on board. Big Frig and Cross 5 cattle coolers. If you want to keep your stuff hot and keep your stuff cold for cheaper and longer than anybody else, make sure you check out Big Frig and Cross 5 cattle coolers at bigfrig.com. Wolfpack Racing, all my teammates across various leagues. all my short tracking guys over at Velocity, all the guys over here at the Midday Racing League. I'm glad they brought me in. I've enjoyed racing with them so far. It's only my second race. Last week was able to win it. Got it done here at Bristol, so we'll see if we can just keep this streak going.
Absolutely. Well, Garrett, again, man, congratulations. Is it Kinder or Kinder? I think I mess up every race.
It is Kinder, sir.
Hey, there we go. Well, again, sir, congratulations, and hopefully we'll talk to you next week.
All right, man. Thanks.
All right, and next we got Mike Hamlin in the 28 machine. It was so close. How much would you pay for another lap?
I would have paid for one less caution too, but no, it was good. He was running the high line. If you run up there, it's hard to make that pass. I had to set it up right, and he had a really good jump on that restart on that green white. If I would have been closer, I could have probably done something, but I had a kind of a bad jump, and the 60 behind us had fresh tires, so I was kind of concerned about him as well. So I think we're good. We're points racing, man. These guys are fairly new. I'm running for a championship, so I got to play it smart. You know what I mean? To race for points.
Absolutely, and I mean, you couldn't have said it better yourself. Kinder not really in the running for the chase. Yourself and a couple other drivers here trying to get those points on some pretty stout competitors. Was that the plan coming in? Did you know what you needed to do?
Yes.
And knew where you needed to be?
100%. I was looking, and I was literally looking at points and looking where we were beforehand and figuring out what I needed to do to just make sure I outpointed everybody else, basically. That's all I was looking at.
Definitely. Well, tell us who you got on the truck and who you want to shout out on that 28 machine.
My man Jordan from Full Send Graphics does all the paints for us, and our main sponsor, Mishmash Gaming, and my team, Limitless Motorsports. They keep us running here.
Absolutely. Well, I know next week we head into Pocono in the trucks, or a couple weeks from now.
Yeah, that's going to be horrible.
Well, it might be.
I suck at Pocono, so we just yet again, man. We're points racing. I just need to get every point I can, every position we can get, and it's given to us, and not die and try to survive it all.
Absolutely, those are the keys. Not die from Mike Hamlin. Well,
not die. That's Mike, right, buddy.
Congratulations, and hopefully we'll talk to you next week in the Xfinity, or if not, the following week.
All right, James. You have a good one, buddy. Thank you.
All right, and last but certainly not least, John Higman. It didn't pay off for you, but I think the best move of the race coming down pit road. Would you take it back?
No, I think it was definitely the right thing to do. For some reason, my pit crew didn't put any gas in, so that kind of hurt me a little bit.
Well, they were trying to save weight. Maybe that's what they were thinking. But no, you came down, got tires. You were very quick on that last time around, but just the restart got you. Third place finish, though, competing for the chase. What are you looking forward to? What are the high notes for the race for you?
I was just glad it was a pretty clean race for me. Most of the guys out there gave a lot of room, and I was hoping I could get that 31 there at the end, but that dude was fast.
Yeah, absolutely. Garrett Kinder got the huge jump on the advantage. Well, John, on the podium, tell me who you got on the car and who you want to shout out for helping you get here.
I'd like to thank Sim 500, MDRL, let's see, SRM. Let's see, OnePlus. It's my new phone I got. It's pretty sweet. You should check it out. And my parents, God.
Absolutely, Mr. Higman with the OnePlus multi-million-dollar deal. Congratulations on you, and hopefully we'll talk to you again next week. Heading into the next truck race is going to be at Pocono. How do you feel about it?
I like Pocono. It's like a oval road course, so it's always pretty interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. Three very different turns going in there. But again, John, congratulations on the third place finish and the smart move to come down pit road, solidify that. Hopefully we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks. Look forward to it.
So there you go. Top three out of the way. Let's go ahead and go over our race results for you. Know where everyone stands here at the Midday Racing League. Then we'll let you go. Garrett Kinder, Starting on the pole, finishing in the first place position, Mike Hamlin, the best chase driver. And I would like to correct myself. John Higman is not in the chase, but a good finish by him nonetheless. Way to come out. Kudos to these guys who came out not being in the chase. That means a lot for the league, and you're really helping them out. So I personally appreciate that. Joey Katina in fourth, Craig Davidson there in fifth, even Evan Ethel there in sixth, the last car on the lead lap. Kyle Westwood, the first car lap down with Ed Burrell in eighth, Don Day in ninth, Dave Hunt in 10th, Adam Bowden in 11th, Jeremy Livingston there in 12th, Rick Helms 13th, 14th, Randy Yoakum unfortunately unable to get past his issue he had early on in the field there. And then Randy Yoakum in 14th, and then Ron Hollyfield with some black flag issues, unable to get those cleared. Let's go out to Ron Hollyfield here as he is trying to get that thing figured out. But a good points day nonetheless for these drivers, as a lot of these drivers in the top of the points were unable to make it. So a good run nonetheless. It's still going to be a good run for these guys. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, as always, appreciate you stepping in. Be sure to like that button if you're watching live. If you're not, go ahead and like it as well too. Hey, whatever. Subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you're interested in racing in the Midday Racing League, you can hit them up. We do have a Discord, or you can comment on one of our posts. We can pick you up, get you in the right direction. And as always, talk to you next week.